Angels want to share an important message for your life today. Do not close this video. This is not a coincidence. This is a divine rescue mission sent directly from the heavenly realms because the conspiracy against your destiny has reached a critical tipping point. Archangel Michael has issued an urgent, timed warning that you must reject or accept in the next 7 minutes. If you walk away now, you are walking away from the very breakthrough you have been crying out for in the dark. Stop what you are doing. Sit still. Hear the rushing of angelic wings surrounding your room right now. The forces of darkness wanted to block you from clicking this link, but the light triumphed. Because of this divine intervention, you must hit like button now to seal this light around your environment. Do not wait for later. Engage with the angelic power immediately. The heavenly hosts are watching your response. Your soul is at a massive crossroads today, and every second counts. Seconds delayed could mean months of continued struggle. Spiritual warfare is raging for your finances, your health, and your family. Choose to align with victory by taking action. Subscribe immediately because the late-night prophecies unlocked on this channel will constitute your daily armor against the enemy's attacks. Turn on all notifications so you never miss an urgent alert from the realties of heaven. Let me prove that the angels sent this specifically for you. Proof 1. You felt an extreme, unexplainable heaviness in your chest over the last 3 days, accompanied by a sudden sense of isolation as if no one truly understands your pain. That's a spiritual signal that the enemy is trying to suffocate your hope just before the glory arrives. Proof 2. A recent life event pattern shows that every time you get close to a financial breakthrough, an unexpected expense or an exhausting emergency crisis arises to drain prosperity out of your hands. That's divine orchestration reason showing you that an ancient generational curse is trying to block your inheritance. Proof 3. You have been awakening frequently between the hours of 3 a.m. and 4 a.m. with your heart racing and a deep intuition that something huge is about to alter your life course. Prophetic explanation reveals that Archangel Michael is knocking on the door of your spirit to warn you of an imminent shift. Proof 4. You have been seeing repeated number synchronicities like 1111, 777, or 444 on clocks, receipts, and license plates. Divine reason proves the angels are compassing your pathway to specify that the time of delay is completely over. Proof 5. Right now you know in the deepest depths of your being that these words are penetrating your soul with unusual heat and absolute certainty. Trust that knowing. Do not deny the Spirit. 3 or more proofs. Your claim to breakthrough is fully confirmed and legally activated in the heavenly courts. All 5 proofs mean extreme urgency statement. You are under direct spiritual assault, but heaven has decreed an immediate intervention that will reverse your life in 48 hours. Like video before continuing to demonstrate to the spirit realm that you recognize the signals of heaven. Now, hear the 7-point core message unlocked by Archangel Michael for your life today. Point 1. The evaporation of the hidden traps set by your enemies. The angels are moving ahead of your steps to dismantle the secrets of those who smile in your face but plot your ruin in the darkness. Unseen forces have been digging a pit of embarrassment, debt, and sickness for you. According to Psalm 35, verse 7, "For without cause they hid their net for me in a pit, which they digged for my soul without cause." Archangel Michael commands his sword to shatter the nets. You will watch as those who plotted to see you fall suddenly tripped into their own traps. Specific scenarios of workplace sabotage and family jealousy are being neutralized right now. The unexplainable confusion in your office or house is an angelic sweep expelling demonic influences. Application for your life: cease fighting with human weapons, stop arguing, and let the heavenly warriors fight for you. Type 777 in comments to authorize Archangel Michael to sweep your home clean of deceit. Subscribe because this prophecy is detonating the powers of witchcraft around your family line. Point 2. The reversion of financial dryness into an unstoppable wellspring of wealth. Heaven sees your bank account and hears the silent tears you shed when looking at bills. The spirit of lack has oppressed your generation for far too long, but today a divine mandate changes the flow. Haggai 2, verse 8 declares, "The silver is mine, and the gold is mine, saith the Lord of hosts." The angels are redirecting resources from unexpected places into your land. For every exhausting shift you worked, for every dollar stolen by injustice, a sevenfold repayment is coming. You are going to experience an unexplainable financial miracle, such as an anonymous deposit, a debt forgiveness letter, or a promotion you never sought. Exercise faith right now. Hit like button now to align your financial frequency with the infinite supply of the Creator. Turn on all notifications so your spirit remains tuned to the prophetic timing of financial releases. Point 3. The immediate termination of physical and emotional sickness. The weariness in your bones, the chronic pain in your back and joints, and the debilitating anxiety squeezing your brain are not your destiny. They are reptiles of the enemy sent to exhaust your spirit before your season of celebration. Exodus 23, verse 25 provides the divine covenant. "And ye shall serve the Lord your God, and he shall bless thy bread, and thy water, and I will take sickness away from the midst of thee." Archangel Michael is releasing refreshing healing rays into your anatomy. The cells in your body are regenerating under angelic influence. Feel the warmth in those spots where pain has ruled. Personal application requires you to declare loudly that your body is the temple of divine light. Type Amen in comments to accept immunity from infirmity. Like video before continuing to anchor this healing vibration in your biology. Point 4. The severing of unhealthy generational cords and toxic soul ties. You have been carrying burdens that do not belong to you. The addictions, the anger, the depression, and the divorce patterns that plagued your parents have been trying to clutch onto your shuttles. Jeremiah 31, verse 29 says, "The days are coming when they shall no longer say, the fathers have eaten a sour grape, and the children's teeth are set on edge." The sword of Michael is slicing the invisible cords connecting you to past traumas and rejected lovers who drained your energy. You are freed from the mental prison of guilt and the voices of failure. Walking into your future requires utter detachment from historical pain. Subscribe because releasing the past is the only way to enter the new territory heaven has allocated for you today. Point 5. The shattering of the spirit of delay and progressive stagnation. For years, you felt like you were walking through thick mud, taking one step forward and 3 steps back. Projects stalled, relationships withered, and destiny was constantly postponed. Deuteronomy 1, verse 6 commands, "The Lord our God spake unto us in Horeb, saying, Ye have dwelt long enough in this mount. Heaven says you have compassed constant struggle long enough. The angels are accelerating your timeline. What should have taken 10 years will now accomplish itself in 10 days. You will fly over obstacles that previously stopped you dead in your tracks. Rapid acceleration is unleashing promotion and recognition. Turn on all notifications immediately to ensure you receive the strategic prophetic blueprints needed to navigate this high-speed acceleration phase. Point 6. The protection of your home from an unseen spiritual intruder. A silent javelin was launched from the realm of darkness to breach the peace of your home, intending to cause division, severe arguments, and rebellion amongst your children or partner. Psalm 91, verse 10 assures you, "There shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling." Archangel Michael has stationed warrior angels at the four corners of your property line. The arch-conspiracy to break your family is total foil. Do not engage in unnecessary contentions or disputes tonight. Remain peaceful, knowing the heavenly sentinels are shielding your loved ones. Type "My family is protected" in comments to manifest this shield around everyone residing in your habitation. Hit like button now as an act of spiritual authority defying the devil. Point 7. The unveiling of your supreme divine destiny and soul purpose. You are not an accident born to merely pay bills and die in obscurity. The Almighty has carved an incredible path of influence, creativity, and leadership for you. Jeremiah 29, verse 11 reveals the paramount intention. "For I know the thoughts that I think toward you, saith the Lord, thoughts of peace, and not of evil, to give you an expected end." The blindfold is slipping off your eyes today. The spiritual confusion regarding what you should do with your life is replaced with crystal clear clarity. Ideas, ventures, and inspiration will flood your spirit during rest. Unlock this purpose with absolute confidence. Subscribe immediately because your soul requires daily spiritual nourishment to expand into the mighty warrior you are called to be. Look at these extraordinary biblical patterns to understand how heaven faithfully operates for those who engage immediately. Gideon, Judges 6. Gideon was hiding in a winepress out of extreme fear from the Midianites who destroyed his land's economy. He felt weak, poor, and totally abandoned. Suddenly, the angel of the Lord appeared and called him a mighty man of valor, changing his entire identity before the victory even happened. Gideon responded with an offering and immediate obedience, and an entire army was defeated by only 300 men. Likewise, you might feel held captive by financial Midianites today, but Archangel Michael calls you a mighty victor. Hit like button now to accept your new divine identity as a champion of light. Elijah, 1 Kings 19. Elijah was exhausted, running for his life from the witchcraft of Jezebel, sitting under a juniper tree wishing to die in despair. He falls asleep, but an angel touches him, says, "Arise and eat," and provides divine cake baked on coals and a cruse of water. That miraculous meal gave him the supernatural speed to run 40 days and 40 nights into his ultimate encounter with God. You are at that juniper tree of exhaustion today, and this message is the angel touching your spirit with power. Type "I arise" in comments to receive the heavenly sustenance destined to carry you through the transformation. Peter, Acts 12. Peter was locked in the innermost prison, chained between two soldiers, demanded to be executed the very next day by the tyrant Herod. The church prayed without ceasing. Suddenly, a light shined in the prison cells, an angel smote Peter on the side, his chains fell off his hands effortlessly, and the iron gates of the city opened by themselves. You are in an iron prison of debt or heartbreak and the enemy has scheduled your demise, but the light of heaven is exploding in your cell right now. The chains are shattering. Subscribe because the iron gates of severe limitation are opening of their own accord before you tonight. Hear these triumphant cloud of witnesses who received the exact same prophecy and secured staggering success through faithful alignment. Testimony 1, Sarah M., from Houston, Texas. Was facing bankruptcy with only $14 left in her savings account and an eviction notice on her front door. She watched this prophetic warning, responded promptly, and sowed a faith seed of $50 into a spiritual ministry while crying on her knees. Within 48 hours, a distant relative who had not spoken to her in 15 years called out of the blue and wired her $10,000 to clear all her arrears. She says, "The angels are absolutely real and their timing is flawlessly perfect. Do not doubt the voice of heaven." Like video if testimony creates urgency in your faith and proves that miracles are rushing out to meet real people today. Testimony 2, David K., from London, United Kingdom, suffered from chronic excruciating back pain and anxiety that prevented him from sleeping for over 6 years. He heard an urgent prophetic declaration on this channel, directly interacted with heaven, and typed his agreement securing discipline in the comments section. That very night, he felt a revolutionary wave of heat depart from his column and he slept 9 hours straight, waking up completely free of symptoms. He says, "I felt Archangel Michael's sword cut across my injury during the night. My medical specialist cannot explain my sudden complete recovery." Subscribe because divine healing is streaming constantly through the frequencies of this accumulated prophecy. Testimony 3, Maria R., from Sydney, Australia, was trapped in a destructive courtroom battle with a toxic corporation that sought to destroy her private business reputation. She followed the prophetic timeline sent by the angels, turned on notifications to keep track of counterattacks, and seed-sowed $77 in deep devotion. 3 days later, the opposing attorney unexpectedly dropped all accusations and offered her an out-of court settlement amounting to $85,000 cash. She says, "When the heavenly warriors step in, your human enemies are compelled to surrender immediately. Turn on all notifications because heaven is preparing to overrule your earthly court cases and legal disputes today." Testimony 4, Jonathan L., from Toronto, Canada. Felt total destiny confusion and was unemployed for 10 months, surviving on expiring credit cards. He tuned into this channel, pressed like, accepted the prophetic word, and declared victory over delay by engaging actively in the spirit realm. Next morning, an executive recruiter discovered his ancient profile on LinkedIn and offered him a regional director position with a 6-figure salary and a sign-on bonus of $5,000. He says, "The spirit of delay was truly broken the moment I stopped doubting and linked my faith to the prophecy." Type 777 in comments to magnetize your supreme financial appointment immediately. Attention! You must now engage the emergency protocol sent from the command center of heaven to seal this light and enforce spiritual victory over the realms of darkness in your life. Follow these action steps with absolute concentration right now. Minute 1 to Minute 10, the spiritual binding phase. As soon as this video ends, you must enter a place of total silence. Close your earthly eyes and visualize the brilliant blue light of Archangel Michael blanketing your physical body. Open your mouth and speak these exact spiritual warfare words out loud. I bind every spirit of delay, sickness, lack, and jealousy assigned against my soul. I command you to depart to the abyss in the name of the Supreme Creator of Light. Do not whisper. Speak it with absolute commanding authority. The demonic intruders must hear the assurance in your voice. Hit like button now to anchor this binding power within your spiritual vocals. Minute 11 to minute 20, the loosing and invoking phase. Shift your language from destruction to invitation. Invoke the heavenly hosts into your space by declaring, I loose the angels of prosperity, the angels of healing, and the warrior angels of Archangel Michael to flock into my affairs. Open the gates of breakthrough for my finances and restore unto me my divine destiny. Experience the entire environment of the room altering. Temperatures will drop or rise as the heavenly messengers rearrange your atmosphere. Subscribe immediately because maintaining this loosing frequency is paramount to preventing RE infestation from the forces of opposition. Minute 21 to minute 30, the sealing and sacred sacrifice phase. You must secure and protect the unlocked blessing so the accuser cannot file a counterclaim in the courtrooms of heaven. Recognize that every great prophetic encounter in history was sealed with an action of devotion or an offering. Decide in your spirit to sow a significant faith seed or engage in an uncompromising act of generosity toward the expansion of light. Decree, I seal this miracle in the heavenly ledgers. My wealth is immune to accusations. My health is protected. Turn on all notifications now to perpetually receive the strategic steps essential for preserving your spiritual covenant unbroken. This brings us to the emotional climax and the chilling reveal of consequence if you choose to turn away blindly. Hear me well. You stand before the precipice of either complete empowerment or spiritual decay. The heavenly timeline admonished by the angels is running out fast. This is not a game. If you dismiss this warning, if you close this tab and return to complacency, the spirit of lack and stagnation will double its grip around your suffering destiny. The unseen intruders will finalize their breach in your household. The chronic illness will dig its roots deeper. And the oppressors who want to see you fail will laugh at your perpetual downfall. Heaven sent this as an act of incredible mercy to break the chains because you have cried out unto the universe in agony. Do not spurn the grace running forward to deliver you tonight. Look within your heart. You felt the reverberation of the covenant truth revealed in every word spreading from this prophecy. The angels are calling you home. The Creator is reaching down His mighty hand to pull you out of the miry clay of poverty, heartbreak, anxiety, and depression. Your victory is an unalterable reality, but it demands your radical earthly participation now. Like video before continuing to assure the angelic recorders that you choose life, light, and accelerated success over death and stagnation. Type Amen 777 in the comments section at this very instant. This phrase acts as an encrypted covenant code that interlocks your soul realm with the Archangel Michael protection spectrum. By placing this code in the public square of the comments, you are blatantly confessing your allegiance to the divine light, terrifying the realms of demonic monitoring spirits who attempted to observe your destiny secrets. Subscribe because your subscription sends a shockwave through the kingdom of darkness, notifying every demon of poverty that you have officially joined the army of transformation and divine expansion. Receive the final closing prophecy declarations of victory and uncompromising destiny from Archangel Michael. I decree and declare that the yoke of generational lack is completely destroyed from your shoulders at this moment. I decree and declare that the weapons of enviosity, workplace jealousy, and sabotage launched against you shall shatter into 1,000 pieces without effect. I decree and declare that your bank account will expand with unusual multiplication and that the wealth of the unrighteous is now rerouted unto your destiny gates. I decree and declare that every fraction of pain, infection, chronic infirmity, and mental anxiety is extirpated by the sword of light and placed into the fires of renewal. I decree and declare that your family line is safeguarded from division, that your children are shielded from secular traps, and that peace shall overflow within your home. I decree and declare that the spirit of delay and progressive stagnation is banished, and thy acceleration has commenced with majestic heavenly velocity. You are no longer a victim of circumstance. You are an empowered warrior secured by the hosts of heaven. The iron gates are swinging open. The path is clear. The destiny is secured. The enemy is confounded. Archangel Michael has sealed your atmosphere with immunity and glory. Walk out with your head held high. Laugh in the face of threats. Rejoice in the midst of illusion. The breakthrough is done, it is finished, and your triumph is eternally settled in the courtrooms of light. Hit like button now, subscribe immediately, and turn on all notifications to forever anchor yourself to this sacred frequency of unceasing miracles. Amen, amen, and amen.